First and foremost, I humbly want to thank God so much for how he has blessed me tremendously throughout my entire career, throughout my entire life, and who I feel like he's given me so much more than what I deserve. Um, just thanking him really just isn't enough, but I have to give thanks to him before I continue. So that's first. Second, on this occasion, thank you. Yeah, hey, God, I love you, man. Secondly, on this occasion, I truly want to thank my parents, my father who has passed away now, and my mother who is here today. I thank them for the foundation that I have been blessed to be able to stand on, and the lessons that it's taught me and the upbringing that it's given me to have really allowed me to even be able to attend this wonderful university, Michigan State. When I came to Michigan State, I had no idea the impact that this beautiful, wonderful university would have been for me throughout my entire life. Michigan State has been more than just a school to me. You know, Michigan State has been another true foundation that I've been proud to say that I've been able to stand on as I continue through my life's journey. MSU has given me so many memories with my sport and the people I've been able to connect with my sport. So many wonderful games playing in the woodshed and in Spartan Stadium in front of our fans, whether it be home games or away games. Memories that I've been able to cherish throughout my entire life, like thus far, and I know it will continue. Michigan State has given me friendships that are not comparable to anything else. And like my teammates who are my dogs, like people would ask me a lot, what do you miss about, not playing anymore? And really it was that locker room connection that you had with your fellas. So the friendships that Michigan State has been able to give me, the connections that Michigan State has blessed me to have, man, like others have said, Michigan State is known all around the United States, and people are proud to wear that S and to be able to let people know that, I'm from Michigan State. Like, my upbringing, all that I am is from Michigan State. Michigan State has connected me with so many of my back then when I was at Michigan State and once I left, my brothers, who I truly hold dear to my heart. I'll give a special shout out so his name was Blair White. I'm not sure if a lot of you remember his name, but Blair White was a walk-on here at the University of Michigan State, and he was somebody he was the same year as me, but like I said, he was a walk-on, but he was somebody who I would pay attention to in order to help kind of push myself, whether it was through workouts or, the winter conditionings or games, whatever, because he was somebody who I felt was, with him being a walk-on, he didn't really get a lot of things that people who were on full scholarship got, but yet his work ethic still surpassed so many. His dedication still surpassed so many. So he was somebody who I truly looked at, and I talked about him at my senior speech too. So I definitely shout out to my guy Blair White. Also, my roommate AJ Jimerson, who I know he's not here today. He wanted to come. He had a work obligation, which I completely understand. But that was my boy. That was my man. Even with us playing the same position, running back. There was never no animosity towards anything. That was my friend. Like, he always supported me throughout my entire Michigan State career. I also got to give a shout out to my dog Ashton. Ash, I know you're here. I haven't seen you in this building, but there he is. Yeah, that's Ashton. This man is somebody who was like my little brother when he was here, and to see your journey from where you were from Michigan State when you were a freshman to where you are now. Bro, I'm so proud of you. You are somebody who I love, somebody who I appreciate, and I'm excited to see how God continues to bless you in the future. That's Ashton. Another one of my teammates who is here is Otis. Where you at, O? That is again, something that because of Michigan State, I've been able to connect with a man like that, a man so dedicated in his future, a man so dedicated to players, to this university. This is like my brother right here. And if it wasn't for Michigan State, I wouldn't have that connection with him. Also, Ross, another one of my teammates. You know I was coming to you. This is one of my dogs who I appreciate so much. Somebody who I done went to battle with on that field, encouraged each other during winter conditioning, and so importantly, somebody who has continued to help me with my spiritual journey. And it's because of that man who I also look at because of how he continues to live his life, things he does. I appreciate you, man. And again, that's all because of Michigan State. Also with Michigan State, my boy, my tag team partner, J.U. Colcrick. This is a guy, because throughout my entire career, man, we rotated running backs, and it was me and him. And bro, like, I know y'all weren't in the locker room or y'all weren't at practices and just how me and my dog, we had so much love with each other that we supported each other tremendously throughout every carry, throughout every pass protection, no matter who got the ball, no matter who scored the touchdown. We loved each other, and we always wanted each other to be successful. So, bro, I appreciate you, man. Like, I love you, and I thank you for all the times that you've been there for me. I thank you for so much. Like I said, like, we both played the same position, and personally, I don't think there's been a 1-2 punch like me and J.U. since me and J.U. There hasn't. Like, we were split, and I appreciate you, bro. Michigan State has not only given me, like I said, a bond with my boys and everything with football, but I hear Adonis, but also academically too. I appreciate every single person in that Smith Center who has had an impact on my life, from Todd to Elian to Jillian. I'm not gonna get emotional. I don't do that. I'm a tough guy. Like, I don't do the emotions. But so this special person, every time I've been able to talk with recruits and I speak on Michigan State and the love that I've gotten here and the support that I've gotten here, yada, 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 nothing compares to what? I'm gotta suck that up, bro. Suck that up. Mandy, where are you? Hey, that's my girl. This woman is somebody who I look at as a friend. This woman, in a sense, has been a hero to me because of how she helped me, the effort she put into me, and what I always tell so many recruits who come through this building when I get a chance to talk to them, I always let them know about how, when I left Michigan State and I'm in the NFL, it was Mandy who continued to still hit me up, and this is things she didn't have to do. You didn't have to do this because you have so many other players who you have to look after. But Mandy continued to hit my phone to tell me about this class that you should take, or I feel like such a punk, man. Anyway, Mandy is the one who hit me up so many times telling me, yo, take this class. We got this class available. We got this online class available. And so, et cetera, et cetera. But Mandy is the one who I cannot talk about Michigan State without speaking about this woman. And I might get in trouble for saying this, but I personally feel like Mandy hasn't gotten everything that she truly deserves because yet she is our academic advisor. She is more than that. This woman is like not just me. I'm not speaking for me, but since I'm the one that's up here, I'm going to speak for my homeboys. I'm going to speak for my players. A lot of, we got some first-round draft picks who I can speak for. All of us love this woman. Mandy is more than an academic advisor. Mandy is a counselor. She is somebody she's a therapist. What day was that? Wednesday? Just Wednesday. Darquez Denard, who was a first-round draft pick, Curtis Drummond, who was another All-American. We spent 2 hours in her room just talking and expressing our feelings and then listening to Mandy about different things that we would express to her about how we're feeling about this situation or that situation. Just life. Just life. Mandy, I love you. I appreciate you. And I am thankful that I have this opportunity to publicly express my gratitude to you because without you, I probably wouldn't even have graduated. Like, it was because of you. And it's how you speak to us. It's how you go about you have a special way with connecting with not just me, but all our athletes, and that does not go unnoticed from me and all our athletes. So I am blessed, and I feel privileged to be able to say this in front of all of you. As far as Michigan State football is concerned, as players, we love that woman, Mandy Chandler, and we thank you so much for how you stay on top of us, how you don't cut us no slack, and you'll dig into us when we need it, but we love you for it. Thank you, Mandy, for all that you do. Also, so while I'm up here, also want to make sure I thank Tom Izzo. And I say that because, yes, I play football, but, like, for a lot of football players, we always feel like we could have been, basketball stars, whatever. So every time, and I don't even know if Coach is, I swear he was in here. Yo, I swear, it's so kind of hilarious how many of us think that we could have been D1 basketball stars. Like, it's wild. But yeah, and I know you don't know. Every time you come over, because I know you love football, every time you come over and just show your presence to our guys, how that impacts their emotions, my emotion when I was. Coach Izzo, what I appreciate about you, man, is even though with as popular as you are and you the man, I love how you're so humble. I love how you truly show that you care about us as people and specifically me. I appreciate how so many times when I came back to Michigan State and we would just have normal conversations, you would genuinely show concern for me and just anything that I had going on. I thank you so much for that, man. I do not take that for granted. Yo, you are the man, and I appreciate you. I also specifically want to shout out my coach, my running back coach, Dan Enos. He's not here right now. I know he's off coaching, at another school or whatever. But I appreciate you, Coach Enos. If you ever see this, dog, you made our meeting rooms fun. You made our meeting rooms hilarious. You made our meeting rooms educational. You made us, I guess you can almost consider going to work. You made going to work fun, man. And I appreciate you for all the things that you taught me. So many lessons that you taught me actually helped me be able to continue my journey through the NFL, man, with how you taught coverages and just you being a teacher, man. I appreciate you, Coach Enos. If you do see this, if you don't, whatever, I just want to let you all know I appreciate my running back coach, Dan Enos. And also, I appreciate, and I want to send a special thank you to my strength and conditioning coach, who was also not here. He out he called me. He out having a good time with the Rose Bowl team, which I get. You it's the Rose Bowl team. Yeah, I understand. So they out having a good time, and he called me. We chopped it up, man. But Coach Ken Manning, I appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart with all that you've been for me, how you helped me prepare my body to be able to handle a lot that comes with playing this physical sport. I thank you. I always knew if I could get that nod from Coach Manning as a hard worker, somebody who would never break, I knew life would be good. Like I knew I would be set for my future after, Michigan State. And last but not least, my dog, my man, my head coach, Mark Dantonio. I have not seen him at that. There he is. He's right next to you. I don't know. There you are. Coach. Coach D, I love you so much, man. I thank you so much for the impact that you've had on my life. I thank you so much for the memories that you have given me throughout my entire college career. I thank you so much for trusting me to be able to carry the ball and to carry our team and to help me have a future. Like I said, past Michigan State with getting to the NFL, it was all because of you and the foundation you led. And when you first came here in 2007, this was my junior year, and the toughness you wanted to establish, which I thrived in. I appreciate you so much, man, for the love that you have always continued to show me, despite Michigan State has had some athletes, y'all. We didn't have some dogs in football. Like, we didn't have some monsters. But yet, every time I see Coach D, you never make me feel less than anybody else. You make me feel important. Like, you always make me feel like I was somebody. And I cannot take that for granted. I will not take that for granted. And again, I am thankful that I have this public platform to be able to thank you publicly just for how much you have not only meant to me, but even, man, we got this whole, old Spartan group chat. Of course, I'm probably sure you could assume that. Like a lot of players, we got old group chats that we just chop it up. Man, we love you, Coach. You have impacted so many of our lives. It's really, I'm talking, but you can't truly put into the words how much you have affected us in a positive way, and we all love you, and we all thank you. Speaking for me, my old teammates, my dogs here, man, we love you, Coach, and I thank you so much. So even now, 2023, Michigan State has still been a huge blessing to me. It has continued. I was last here in 2008, but yet Michigan State has still continued to be a blessing to me. Alan Hallard, where are you? That's you. Yeah. Yo, I thank you so much for the dedication that you've put into this program, even before you've gotten to the position that you're in now. I still remember before you became an athletic director, I remember when I called you when it came to for life after football. I remember I called you just to talk, just to get some advice. And I remember that conversation, man, and I appreciate you that you didn't just blow me off. You truly took time to speak to me. You truly took time to see what direction I maybe should go in. Like, I appreciate that, man. And then even still continuing this friendship now, I respect you so much. So much, man. I think you're doing an awesome job at being the athletic director. And I'm not just speaking for me. This is conversations that I've had with old Spartan dogs. Yo, we rock with you, bro. Mike, and we trust you, and we know that things are going to be okay with your leadership. Also, Darian. So, Darian Harris, he is not here, but I said I wanted to make sure that I gave props to my dog, Darian Harris. He was a linebacker. He's part of the Rose Bowl team also. I swear, like, I wish I could have been a part of a Rose Bowl team. Like, that was my, whatever. So I thank Darian tremendously so much because when it came to me moving back to Michigan, he was the one I reached out to see, like, yo, I'm moving back here anyways, or any possible chance that I could, get back on the squad and just kind of, like, I'm not trying to be in the spotlight. I'm cool being behind the scenes, blah, 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 blah. He was the one that helped talk to who he talked to, speak to who he needed to speak to, and connect with who he needed to connect with to help me be able to get back to this university, continue, to add on to my brick. One thing that Coach D that stood out to me, one thing that is so much stood out to me, one thing that Coach D said to our team when he was here back when I was playing, he always said, like, hey, Michigan State is going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to build. It's going to continue, to get higher and higher. You have a choice to how big do you want your brick to be in the uplifting of this beautiful university. Do you want to be a solid foundation, a true, huge, strong brick that this university can rely on, or are you just going to be some pebble, some little speck that don't nobody, you just kind of get brushed away in the wind? I remember that. That stood out to me. And because of Darian, I wanted to continue to add to my brick. And because of Darian, with who he talked to, which helped me get to still being able to connect with this university, man, I appreciate you, Darian, for the help you were to me as being, I don't want to call you my little bro, even though I'm a lot older than you, but, like, bro, you helped me out a lot, man. I appreciate you, Darian. If you do hear this or is just speaking to y'all, I appreciate you, Darian, so much. And again, like I said, how Michigan State is continuing to still bless me. The offensive coaching staff who we have is tremendously dope. I appreciate all of them for still allowing me to kind of even be around and just kind of give my input with certain things. And I'm going to give a specific shout out to the running back coach, Ephraim Reed. Since I got back here to Michigan State, there has never been Ephraim has become one of my close friends, and I appreciate him because as him being a running back coach, yes, I played running back, and I was a pretty decent running back. There's never any, how can I say this? There's never any issues with, hey, bro, hold up, man. I'm the coach. Like, yo, chill out. Like, it's never been anything like that. It's always been nothing but love between me and this man, and I appreciate him for him still allowing me to have a voice when it comes to any Spartan running back. So, Ephraim, I know you're not here, but if you happen to hear this, dog, I appreciate you so much, bro. Like, you my man. I also want to thank my support team, everyone who came here for me today, those who are at these two tables. My mother first, like I said, my dad passed away, and I have relied a lot on my mother. My mother has been a tremendous support system for me since I was a kid. She has, because of my mother, like I said, because of the help that she provided me, the things that she did for me, it allowed me to even be able to come to Michigan State. So I thank my mother. I thank my Aunt Mary and my Uncle David. Next to my parents, my Aunt Mary and my Uncle David, they have supported me more than anybody. They have came to more than, all my games, no matter what level that I was at. Next to my parents, it was my Aunt Mary and my Uncle David, and I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Next, my brother. So my brother, Kevin Ringer, he is the one who, when I was growing up in Dayton, Ohio, and playing football in Dayton, Ohio, he was the one who people would always kind of question just because of our last name, and I was a pretty decent athlete. They would question as if, yo, is this your father? Like, Kevin Ringer's your father? Because back in the day, he was the man back in Dayton, Ohio, and I would get a lot of pressure on me to see if I could live up to him to be as good of a football player as he was, but I thrived in that. I loved it. I loved being able to say, no, that ain't my dad, that's my brother. But yeah, man, I'm going to be just as good as he was, man. So I'm thankful for him. He's somebody who I know I can always count on, and I appreciate you being here, bro. Thank you. Also, I got to thank my little cousin, Eris. This has been my baby since she was a baby. This has been my favorite little cousin. I appreciate you for coming to support me and always being there for me and us having the relationship that we have. I thank my sis, Cherie Jones. She is the one who helped me a lot while I was in school as far as when it came to a lot of my schoolwork and these exams and these papers, the whole nine. I appreciate you, Cherie, for always having my back, for being my blood. I love you, and I thank you so much. Also, again, when I say Michigan State has continued to bless me so much since I've been gone, it blessed me with another beautiful family. I have my father-in-law, Corey Pryor, and my mother-in-law, Julie Pryor, and my sister-in-law, my beautiful, adorable, gorgeous, super smart sister-in-law, Sierra Pryor. Yo, Sierra, I love you, but, yo, my in-laws are arguably the whole reason why I even married my wife. Because, yo, my in-laws are so dope. Like, my father-in-law, Corey Pryor, he's a pastor. He's a pastor in Jackson, Michigan, and he also, I'm not trying to preach or nothing, but my spiritual journey, even though with me being my age, is very valuable to me. It's tremendously important to me, and I don't take that for granted because despite all of this, ultimately, I want to make sure, me and God are tight. Like, I'm rocking with God, and he is pleased with what I'm doing and continuing to be a part of my life. So, and I appreciate my father-in-law. I appreciate my father-in-law because it's the way he preaches, it's the way he teaches, I can connect with. I got to a point where I really couldn't connect with my dad. I'm a preacher's kid. And then it got to my brother. I could truly, really relate to his messages. But then also, as I continued to grow, it was my father-in-law who I really, truly vibed with how he delivered his messages. So I thank you, Pops. And then my mother-in-law, Julie Pryor, this woman is so gorgeous. She is 70%. Well, I was like, yo, I maybe need to marry your daughter. So now I love my mother-in-law, man. My mother-in-law is amazing, and I love her for the support that she has continued to show me and my family. She is an amazing woman from top to bottom, and my life is genuinely better because of her. But last but not least, and I know I've said a lot of slick stuff, but my wife, my beautiful, my gorgeous, my super dope and athletic wife, Jaylyn Pryor, ringer now. I feel like God truly blessed me because of Michigan State. Again, this whole relationship came from Michigan State, the foundation that I have stood upon. And I thank Michigan State because it connected me to my wonderful wife and a woman who has been able to handle me, who has been able to kind of deal with my emotions, my attitudes, and the whole nine, because there was a long period of time where I didn't even think that I would get married. Mandy knows that because, like I said, Mandy is like a counselor. We didn't talk about relationships after relationships, but it wasn't until I met this woman to where I was like, yo, thank you, God, for giving me this beautiful gift. My wife who has blessed me with my amazing daughter and my amazing son. I appreciate you, Jaylyn, and I thank you, Jaylyn. That is my wife, 100%. There is no other woman who I will want to continue this life journey with. And also, like I said, athletically, y'all, my wife was a 2-time All-American at Michigan State. She graduated from Michigan, so that's another Spartan. She's a 2-time All-American. So, and like I said, y'all heard me say, like I have a daughter and a son by her. So, my athletic background speaks for itself. I have a 2-time All-American as a wife. Our genetics should mix to be able to have some dope athletes. We'll see if they come to Michigan State. We'll see how that journey goes. But, it should be pretty good. It should be pretty good. But, like I said, so I'm going to end this with saying, like, everybody, Michigan State is something that I hold true and dear to my heart. I will always respect this S that I proudly wear on my chest. I will always respect and be knowledgeable of how I carry myself affects this university because I am a part of this university. And I do not take that for granted. All of you in here, those of you who've came to support my fellow nominees and me, I don't take this for granted at all. So no matter how big, no matter how small, I know that my actions affect this university, which has shown me so much love. And just like that ringer name that has been on my back, how I carried myself to support my family and to make sure I did it with respect involving my family. That is the same way with Michigan State. I will never do anything to disrespect this university. I will only always try my best to uplift this university. I love this place. I love you all. I love the specific people who I called out, from Mandy to Coach D to Coach Izzo to J.U., Ross, Otis, Ashton, my beautiful family, my dope wife. I appreciate you all so much, so much. Thank you. Kate, I thank you so much for the support that you've been for all of us as far as dealing with this whole night. I know I talked to you earlier today. I know you've been going crazy with trying to make sure things have been situated. But Kate, I appreciate you. Everybody, I love y'all. And just thank you, man. I never truly thought that I deserved this. I never thought that I did enough, or I thought if maybe I had a chance to get inducted into the Michigan State Hall of Fame, I would be like 50, 60 years old when I'm like super old. But yet to be able to get in right now, to be able to share this moment with you all, my family, and really my daughter. Lena, I love you. I'm truly blessed. God is good. And as always, go green.